Yo YouTube, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we have another VOD review. We're gonna be with that boy Taz. I'm gonna see what rank he is. I actually didn't get a chance to see what rank he is, so we're just gonna kind of play the gameplay out and we'll go from there. But yeah, let's start this one off. So immediately he's gonna be playing on a Vista hardpoint. I just did a team VOD review, so this one's gonna be a little bit different. It's a solo player, and interesting enough, you guys can see as well, he's actually on keyboard and mouse. So for you guys that don't realize, keyboard and mouse player, obviously it shows there. It's gonna be a lot different. Why? Because aim assist isn't gonna be a factor. We're gonna be looking a bit more at the other mechanics and what he can do. So I've actually coached him last year, and one thing we really spoke about is how we can utilize the keyboard and mouse to, you know, gain the advantage and just kind of have longer distance fights. I think that's going to be the key thing for him. So let's go through and see what we're working with. Okay, Platinum lobby. Looks like a Platinum diamond-ish lobby because of the season reset. Okay, cool. So right now, two people go down, one on each side. So we're chilling right now. Let's see what's going on. Let's get a nice little grip to the game, and then we'll go from there. I like this play, by the way. I really like this play. So let's just start away by looking at the team setup and what's going on here. So we're going to make him the blue one. We'll make him the blue player number one, make it nice and simple, okay? So right now he's going to go through. He's going to be standing right there. He has his teammate basically behind him. There's another teammate going through that area there and another teammate pinching, okay? So in this scenario, we're kind of guessing here. We don't know exactly, but we're kind of guessing here. We're like, right, where could the red team be? Well, based on the hill, there should be one around there because they're normally behind that area of the hill. He hit someone with a stun, I believe. So I'm assuming maybe one or two people coming through there. And then I'm going to guess one person coming through like around there. Okay. That's something I'm guessing, something like that. Now, in terms of the spawns, what we're working with, we're on P1 right now. There are two main spawn points. One's going to be around there. One's going to be around there. Wherever you spawn, wherever your team spawns, going to be very, very important because it dictates the rest of the map. Let's play it out. So we're going to go through again. Kill feeds everything here. It goes across. So he takes out one. Great shots there. Good strafing. Good kill. There's one. If we look right there, we can see there's one more player there. He's used his equipment already. So right now, what I would like to see him do is play his life, because if you look right there with his teammate, you can actually see his teammate set up in a great spot. His teammate should be able to, right there, his teammate should be able to provide some crossfire. So if the opponent decides to push out, his teammate's actually got a really good cross for him, which is really, really good, well coordinated, even though they're playing solo queue. So I'm very happy with that. He's going to play his life. This is excellent so far. Goes through and unfortunately gets hit with a grenade. I did kind of expect that, to be honest, because he was so weak there. It's something you can't really avoid it. If you're standing there, you get naded, but I would say just be a bit more cautious, especially when you're weak there. Maybe reposition, especially because he got stunned here, right? So that's the only reason I expected the nade, because he got stunned there. Most of the time people follow up with a grenade, just as a rule of thumb. So it could have maybe went a little bit up, but again, not a bad play. He gets taken out. There's two people down, two from each team. Let's see what happens there. So 24 seconds left. Like you just saw, he spawned right there. So if you guys are struggling with spawns, that's how you can identify it. Look where you're spawning and say, okay, that's a spawn point. Look where your enemies are spawning and stuff like that, okay? And there you go. So he goes through again. Let's see what he does now. So he's going to go across. You see he's, again, watching the middle there. And one thing I'm trying to get people to avoid doing, it gets really easy. It's a really easy habit. But when you're sprinting, especially when you know where someone is, avoiding that tack sprint. As you're going to see right now, as he comes around this corner, he knows somebody's on the hill, right? So again, we're going to reset this slightly. He's got a teammate there. His teammate's probably dead. There's maybe one or two on the hill there. So something like that, maybe. Something like that. We don't know exactly. But the point is this, like his teammate gets a big two. So his teammate gets a two. They're going to spawn out, probably behind him here. But as soon as he goes through, right there. So right now we can see the dot, right? The dot is by that door. That door is open. That means to me that the opponent is coming through that door. So the first thing you want to do in this scenario is work on your centering and be ready. So in this situation, okay, what I'm expecting from this player here, number one, the player that we're kind of VOD reviewing right now, is a few things. One, his equipment usage is actually really good. I'm very happy with that. It's using his stun and nades at this choke point, because it's a very obvious choke point. Using his stun and nades there. Then, as he goes around this corner, I'm expecting him to be centering at this door, expecting and ready for a gunfight, right? Because he knows the opponents are coming through there. So let's see what he does. He goes through, and right there, that sprint is what messes him up. Because he took his time, I would have preferred him playing the head glitch, maybe shouldering it, but you see that player's right there, and look, he's sprinting in, and gets caught off guard. Again, small detail, it's only one kill, but you're going to see the negative domino effect it actually has. Now his team dies, and you can see they get four-pieced. So it really does have a negative effect. You have to be a lot more careful when you're approaching the hill. Okay, now they're going to be in another spot. This is where it gets really interesting. The player we're spectating, he knows that this is a very popular area to pre-aim, because he was doing that himself. Remember when he was standing here? Now the roles have switched. Now the map has flipped on its head. His teammates are now coming through this side. I'm going to see how he plays this. Knowing how easy this spot is to hold from the other side, I want to see if he runs out. I don't want him to just push out. I want to see how he plays this and what he does here. So let's go through. So again, you can see he's using his brain here and thinking, right, when I was on that side, I was holding the angle. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm not going to let them have it. I'm going to make sure I'm holding it, okay? So he goes through. Great play. I prefer the right side a lot more. Shoulders it. Fantastic kill. And overall, I'm really happy with the way he's playing. A lot better than what I used to see. To be honest with you, from Modern Warfare 2, this is a lot better. A lot better. Goes through. So right there, Taz, you played it really well. Great first kill. So one thing I will say, though, is just like, again, just the weapon you have right now is a submachine gun. You're going for a striker build, so you're going to be a bit more up close and personal. Now, you do have the mouse and keyboard, so this can be used like a mini AR kind of weapon. It's a weird one. Because we're on mouse and keyboard, the game does look a little bit different, to be honest with you. But yeah, he's going to go through. And look right there. As soon as you see that minimap, again, got to be a bit more reactive, a bit more cautious there, and not just go out in the open. I think you kind of threw your life there, and something we want to try to avoid, okay? So now he goes through and I get 3-pieced. So again, right there, I know you're in between two minds, but you either commit to the point immediately, let someone watch over you, or you watch over your teammates like that. Right now, we're going to go through. We expect one to be through the middle area. Again, we want to avoid this sprinting. This is one thing I really want to see you start to avoid. It's just sprinting here. Yes, it doesn't affect you right now. You don't die from it. However, there is a very high chance you die. If we pause it right now, there are a few spots where we expect the enemy to be. Right now, when I'm looking through this, I expect the enemy to be, one is on this head glitch here. Two, more than like anything, is that window right there. I expect someone to be at that window, and we have no idea if they are. That's the key thing. So right now, if we pause it right now, imagine if somebody was at that window. Like, imagine if you had an assault rifle player at that window right now looking at you. If you look at your minimap right now, you are the furthest pushed up, right? So what that means is, if we go to TAC maps now, we can look at it from like another angle and stuff. Let's kind of play this out and see what's happening. So again, you're the blue team. You are by yourself right there. We don't know where the red team is. So I'm going to kind of have a setup that I expect from them. We don't know whether this is true or not. This is something I expect from them. I expect someone there. We know nobody's around there. So let's say somebody's around there. Maybe somebody's on the head glitch there. And then maybe somebody holding middle like that, right? That's something I expect. We don't know I expect it. So my point is this: if you're going to run into the open, you're more than likely going to die. In this scenario, you didn't, but you have to be a lot more cautious than that. We can't just be running in, especially when we have no map control, okay? So I'm going to rewind it. Now, how do we know we have no map control? Because of this. They get 2 kills. We can see 3 enemies there. We can see 1, 2, and the player in the hills. That's 3 people there. Now, look at the kill feed. There is no kills in our team. What does that mean? It means they have 3 people up right now. Probably 4. So right now we have no kills. We get 1. My teammate gets 1 kill. So best case scenario, okay, he gets 2 now. So best case scenario, there's only 2 of them there. This is still a good push from you in terms of like getting aggressive, but there's still 2 of them there. We do not know if that player is by the window, right? He got 2 kills, yes, but there's 1 player in the hill and there's 1 person watching over him. So for me, just being a bit cautious for that 4th player. We don't know where the 4th is. There's a very high chance he's at that window, and you simply just run into the gunfight, giving them a chance. So again, being a little bit cautious there. I think you got quite fortunate he wasn't at the window, but what I'm trying to do is trying to get you to be a bit more, just thinking about a few more things there, okay? Let's see what happens there with the grenade. What happened there to kind of help maybe prevent next time there. So it goes through. Okay, so you stun that side. Again, just a little bit more like slide cancel heavy. I think overall your gun skill seems a lot better than last time, but one thing I'm still noticing is there's not a lot of slide cancel in your movement. It feels very stiff to me. When you're playing, it feels like very, very stiff to me. Like there's no slide cancel, no jump shots, no like, there's just no fluidity. So I want to see you practice the movement. Now, I don't play keyboard and mouse, and I know people say it's quite hard, but again, that's a skill gap. I know you said you spoke about switching to controller, but I do believe that your movement could definitely be worked on, okay? I think right now your shot is actually okay. It's just kind of be a bit more fluid. Even right there, you're seeing the jump shots. They're just not as fluent as I would like to see. Let's go through and see what happens in the next hill. So you're spawning all the way out now. You're going to go across. Your teammate's dead on the left. There's one on the right. Let's see how you go to approach this. So right now we're trying to set up a bit of a pinch here. What we're trying to do is we're trying to break into P4, sorry. No, it's P3. I'm tweaking. Yeah, P3. We're trying to break into P3, and let's see what you guys currently have. So you guys being the blue team, if we look on the mini map, we have 1 teammate in front. We have 1 teammate, which is me in this case, Taz, go through there. You have a teammate behind us, and we have 1 going through the left, okay? So right now, what we're trying to do is break the hill. We don't know where they are. We're just going to guess. Guessing is always important because it gives us a bit of a picture. I'm guessing something like this. I'm going to guess something like this, okay? Whether I'm accurate or not, we'll find out in a second. We're going to go through. Let's see what happens there. So you're going across. So what I would recommend in this scenario is using your equipment to, 1, get information, and 2, use it to break the hill and kind of work with your teammate. So your teammate gets a massive 2-piece. I don't know if that's just now. I think that's just now, actually. Let me rewind it. I didn't even realize that, to be honest. That really helps a lot, by the way. Your teammate's 2-piece there helps massively. I just opened up the whole map. So there's 1. And as soon as he goes through, he gets a 2nd. So I think that's, okay, right there. So your teammate gets a 2-piece. So now you know the player on the hill knows where your teammate is. This is really important. The player on the hill, he's going to see the red dot on the map. In this case, it's going to be here. Why? Because that's where your teammate is. So I expect the player on the hill to be pre-aiming. Let's imagine he's right there. I expect him to be pre-aiming these stairs. Why? Because he's looking at the red dot. I think he's going to be holding these stairs. So if I'm you right now, I'm going to this balcony, going through a different angle so that your teammate can go there, you can go there, and you can pinch the player in the hill. At maximum, there's going to be 2 of them at the hill, at maximum. So even if you can get 1 or 2, like 1 kill there, you're in a good spot because your teammates can pinch them. So let's see what you do here. I want to see more speed and efficiency from this play. Let's see what you do. So good play from you was okay. Your teammate ends up going right. It's okay. You did the right play though. I like the way you did. Nice little bait and switch there. It worked out perfectly. In this scenario, I want to see you watch your left here. You haven't checked your left. I want to see you watch it. A little bit unfortunate. Again, that's just a gun skill issue that, you know, we can't really discuss too much. That's just one of those where I think you just got to be winning that. To be honest, you're in a good position. It's just one of those mechanically, again, I can't really talk too much about that because mouse and keyboard, I don't really have a say on that one. Teammate goes through. He ends up spawning you guys on the good side. So not a bad scenario. Again, you're going to go through. When you have a teammate with you, you want to work as a bait and switch now. So either you slide out and your teammate watches over you, or your teammate slides out and you watch over them. Considering your teammate is in front of you, it makes sense to let them slide out first and then you be a second behind them as the overview watching over them. Let's see what you end up doing. And that's exactly what I wanted you to do a little bit after. Now, again, in this scenario, it works out okay. But for me, against a better player, this is just a little bit risky. And it's just something I kind of expected to happen. Something I want to speak about is just a bait and switch. So like right now, if my teammate's in front of me, I personally prefer letting my teammate go a second ahead of me. Just a second ahead of me. Because then you can like... Okay, let me play this out. Right now, you see your sentry. This is really important. Imagine if this player was, let's say, a Crimson, okay? And he had an AR. You going in first with an SMG from this range, and you can see your centering is slightly lower than it needs to be. That player is actually pre-aiming you. He has the advantage here. They should have killed you. But in this scenario, you actually got some shots off. They didn't end up killing you. Good play from you, but I think that's a misplay from them. So look at that. You see how you got that kill? That play didn't even shoot you. My point is just generally, I don't mind you waiting for a second, letting the player in front go through, because when they lock onto them, you can then trade for them. So again, just a side note to help you in general, when you're breaking hills and stuff like that, try to work with your teammate, try to bait and switch, okay? Good play though, great play, 3 down. So right now, where are they going to be spawning? I want you to remember where you spawned earlier, right? You spawned on the whole other side of the map. So this is where I think pushing the map is really, really important. I want you guys to think about what's actually happening right now. Let's look at the minimap again. Let's look at tac maps first. So right now, we're the blue team, and we have a setup like this. This is something about the Platinum lobbies. I think it's normally in gold lobbies and lower, so I'm surprised it's in this lobby, but 4 people stacking the hill is something I see a lot in the lower lobbies, and I kind of want to address it. So right now, you have a player right there. You have a player on the stairs around there. You have another player going through like that, and then you have one more, in this case, you holding this angle here, right? Yes, you have a good setup, but the problem is you just got 4 down. You guys just got 4 kills, so you know they're spawning there, okay? The new hard point is going to be there. So if I asked you right now, where would you like to have them trapped? I assume you would say you would like to have the red team trapped around there for the next 100 seconds. If you could have that, I think personally that'd be perfect, right? So the thing is, you can have that, but it comes down to map pressure. And that's one thing I think I want to see a bit more from you, is applying the map pressure in correct positions. So you know earlier on when I told you you shouldn't have pushed out, that's when you had no map control. But as soon as you get 4 down, this should be a queue. So what you should be doing is looking at your kill feed, seeing all blue and yellow. That means your team has got 3 kills. So they are going to spawn in this spot here. The enemies are going to spawn there. So you have about 6 seconds to get to a power spot, whether you want to stand on this head glitch, or you want to go this head glitch, or you want to go on this stairs. Wherever you want to go, you need to go forward and play a better spot. Why? Because of this. If you die, you're going to spawn right here, okay? That's fine. But if you don't die, if you get a kill, you will spawn them further out there. I would rather you push out, play your life, and be annoying. And the good thing is, what happens is you actually have another life to throw away. This is something that the pros actually talk about quite a bit. It's about, they have a term of like throwing their life away. You right now have a free life to work with. If you die in this setup, let's say you stand on this head glitch and you die without getting any kills, okay? By the time you spawn up and they push through, you will then be back on the stairs. So you basically are back in square one. Really important stuff. If you die and come back, you'll be back to square one. That means there is no real negative to you pushing out. You maybe lose 2 or 3 seconds maximum. However, the positive is this. If you get at least 1 kill here, imagine you get 1 kill, this player spawns out, the other 3 players are now 3v4. It's hard enough to break a hill 4v4. Making it 3v4 just really lowers their chance of breaking the hill. That's why this player here is so important. If you watch a Hydra, a Shotzi, and a BZ, players like that, I think Shotzi on Invasion Control is a perfect example this year. When he gets those spots, right, he gets a kill, repositions, gets another kill, repositions. All he's doing is buying time for his team. They're all looking for him. The red team are all looking for him, and the blue team are sitting on the hill. He's buying time. That's what I wanted to see you do here, okay? But look what you do in this scenario. You sit in a great spot, but you had the luxury to push out a little bit. That's the only thing I would say, bro. You're in a great spot right now. Again, I want to see a bit more urgency. You guys got 4 down. I want to see you pushing a bit further and say, right, I have a submachine gun. Instead of being trapped right here, why don't I push forward, get to this head glitch, stun and nade that cut, and really be effective? That's the one thing I would say I think could have sold you a bit more there, bro, okay? So you chuck a stun and nade. Again, just go to those stairs. Like, stair glitch that stairs, and you're in a better spot. Look what you're doing. You're holding the angle. Such a long distance gunfight. You don't need to take it. Again, yes, maybe you win it, but now can you see how reserved you're playing? And against a better team, this is really going to cost you, because then they only need 1 wave of kills and they're basically through on goal. It's not goal. Sorry, I had too much FIFA in my head. 1 kill and then they're through with the spawns, okay? So we want to make sure that we're ensuring more map control, because now you're seeing it. Now you're going through, you're in a 1v1 of the spawns, and it's a bit mixy. Now you're at the back of the map and you end up dying, and you're probably going to spawn on the other side now. So again, there you go. You just saw what happened. You spawned out now, they have the hill, and they're getting back into the game. I think this could have really been avoided simply by pushing up the map a little bit, okay? Again, bro, using your equipment, using your head glitches, stuff like that. I also want to see you be a bit more flexible. I know you're using a striker throughout the whole match. Sometimes I feel like there's times where you maybe could have got an MCW out. I'm not going to be too critical about that, but it's just something to think about. If you feel like there's certain times or certain hills where you're like, you know what, I could really use an AR, don't be afraid to switch. There's no commitment. You don't have to run a sub the whole game. You could switch between hills. That would definitely help you out. Bait and switch with your teammate. This is fine. You're going to go through. This should be on your left tail, your right. You're going to use the mini map. Don't just jump out. Don't just jump out. Nope. So right now you guys are setting up a pinch, okay? And a big part of the pinch is doing this, is going through different angles. So right now your team is going through the right, is going through different angles. So now you see one there, you see one on the right, you're going to back away. I understand this is fine, but right now they have the numbers. They know where you're coming from. Your job right now is to get kills and keep this contested. I want you to think about it like this, okay? For you, a win right now, in this specific kill, a win right now is this being contested, because there's 4 of them and 2 of you. You jumping off like this, you are basically guaranteed to die, and it's just small deaths like this. If you can avoid, you probably have 5 or 10 of these a game without realizing, based on this play alone. Like, you jumping off right now, you're 2v4, right? Your teammates on the hill. What I would say to you is, let's play the long game here. Our teammates on here, yeah. Our teammates on here, yeah. We are 2v4. Why don't we just contest this hill? Why don't we keep this contested for another 10 seconds, put the pressure on them? They have to make a play. They have to come out of their comfort zone, and then by then my teammates can help us. Instead, what you do is you go through, and look what you do now. You jump off. There's an enemy there. There's an enemy on your right, and there's an enemy on your left. That's 3 enemies, by the way, you just get killed from. And there's a 4th there. So you got shot from all 4 enemies. Now you are dead, and your teammate's dead. Guess what? These 2 players now are now in a 2 versus 4. So not only have you died on your 2v4, you've left your enemies in a 2v4. They can now no longer break the hill as well. So it's just a cycle. So playing patiently, because now look, now Ono's there. He's doing the same thing. He's going to die here. 3, 2, 1. There you go. He's dead as well. So now what? Now your teammate's in a 1v4. You see, it's a constant cycle. When you die in those scenarios, your teammates also don't slow down as well. And then everybody does the same mistake. And you're all constantly going 1 by 1, 1 by 1. And then it's impossible to break the hill. You see, now you're back to square one, and guess what? They pushed up. You see the difference as well, what they did and you did last hardpoint? Remember last hardpoint I said about pushing up? Look how crucial the push up is there. Look at this. You're not expecting the gunfight. Look, you're holding your nade. He's right there. You can't even shoot him. He's pushed up, and they get all that time. Maybe 3 or 4 mistakes his whole 2 hardpoints, and it cost you, I would say, about 60 seconds total. Let's start rotating and see what we can work with. Good kill. And this is pushed up. This is fine. This is a lot better from you. Maybe a bit... Could have done a little bit more in terms of positioning there. You get the first shots off. Great kill. Right now, you have to commit to either the stair, like the head glitch here, or the bridge. I think standing in this door, again, sometimes I think you do this a lot. You kind of pre-aim really powerful positions, but not by standing in them yourself. Like right now, you expect them to come through this door. This isn't a good spot for you, because if I'm head glitching that door, it's going to be a very easy shot. However, if you actually played your life here and went towards this head glitch here, and you were snaking up and down, up and down, up and down, it'll be very hard for that guy to shoot you, you see? So it's just about playing a little bit smarter in these power positions and really utilizing them. Because you're holding the bridge, again, that's fine. Right now, slide cancel to the door. Slide cancel to the head glitch, hold it. Instead, he's on the head glitch, he gets a kill. I don't think he had better gun skill, but he had a lot better position. Now you're going to spawn at the back. And again, now you're just 10 seconds late to the fight, and you're just putting a little bit more pressure on your teammates. Let's keep going. So I look at this and you're on 6 kills right now, but I don't think that's a gun skill problem. I really don't. I think it's just one of those where you're not trusting your positioning enough. Like, this is a lot better from you going through. You know they're going to be spawning here again. Open up the angle. This is so important. I want everyone to notice this as well. He's identified them spawning on the right. Now, whether that's true or not, we're going to find out. But if I'm the opponent and I'm coming through this area, I am going to jump or slide cancel across and be ready for this gunfight, right? I'm going to be ready for this gunfight here. However, if I was standing on a corner like this, and I'm watching this gunfight, I'm watching the angle, it's a lot harder for them to see me. So again, angles are everything right now. Let's see what happens. And how do we know where they're spawning? This is very crucial. Let's look at the minimap together. So look at the minimap, look at the minimap. Your teammate spawning there means you are correct. They are spawning here. But the problem you have is your teammate now, he could get shot from this angle. And again, this is where angles are so important. If somebody's standing right there on the other side of the wall, he could probably shoot your teammate and kill him. So then this guy is quite exposed. However, if you were stood up there, if you were in this corner there, you could have watched this right side. So instead of sitting here, if you could have sat in this corner here, watch this right cross, your teammate then would have just focused on the outer skirts. I do believe your teammate's kind of worrying right now because I saw him constantly changing his arrows and he ends up dying. And now you panic. You panic for the trade. And again, probably because of timing, you're going to get killed from the right. Okay. You get fortunate timing. But again, just little plays like that. You had the right idea, by the way, bro. You had the right idea. You know exactly where they're coming from. You read the spawns really well. I think right now it's a bit risky going for the trade straight away because they could have come for your right, as you predicted. But you get this kill. As soon as you get this kill, there is absolutely zero benefit to turning around here because they could be on your right any second. Just like you were pre-aiming for the last, like, 20 seconds, they could be coming through the right, okay? So, but look, you turning around, and look what you're doing now. You're watching an angle that your teammates just came from. There's no one coming through there. Your teammates are right there. You're just leaving them there. You should be helping them out. And now you go through again. And again, just being a bit more fluent there. Same problem, same scenario. Works out okay, I guess. I think your teammates just play that really poor. Like, I think your teammates play that really poor, so you kind of go away with it. I think that, to be honest, that's kind of the main thing there. But anyways, moving on to P1. This is a good position. I very, very much like this position you're in. It's a very obvious position, but the reason it's obvious is because it's so good. There's just nowhere else to go in this hard point, so it's obvious for a reason. Let's see what you can do here. So what do you think went wrong there? For me, again, it comes down to angles. I think your position was fine. It really comes down to the angles you're holding. So as soon as you see that player, I would back away and play the head glitch. I see why you did it because you thought you were getting pinched there. But again, angles for me is everything. You're trying to center onto the door, but it's just not going to work. Like for me right now, as soon as your teammates have this cover, I would rather see you right there. I'd rather see you head glitching the ledge on the left instead of being prone. Instead of being here, I'd rather see you head glitching this bit here. I just feel like it's so much more valuable in my opinion. Like, you could just really utilize a head glitch. But right now, you get cambered so easily. Like, because you're prone, it messes up your aim. You can't really turn around. And now, look, now you guys are down again. You guys lose the hill. There's 3 of them pushing you. There's a lot of constant kind of themes here going on. Okay, let's see what you do. Good stun. Great piece of equipment. You're going to hold it. Let's see you get some shots off. Pre-aiming the head glitch is really important. Something we speak about a lot. Again, just being a little bit disciplined there. You knew where they were coming from. You were holding the angle. You couldn't find anything, but going up those stairs isn't the right play. You got to hold that angle and get some more power shots off and just really try and make something work there. Same thing. Let's see what you do. Your teammate is pinching, so maybe you shoulder this. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I think you had the right intention. I just don't think the execution was perfect. I do understand what you were doing there. You were trying to bait and switch for your teammate, but again, execution was everything. When you go in, you don't see him. Okay, I mean, they just set up in the middle there, so yeah, and you kind of walked into that one, but it's okay. I kind of get what you're doing. I kind of get it. 10 seconds left, 15 seconds left. Okay, so once again, we know where they're going to be. Where are they going to be? They're going to be set up on this right side of the map. It's very, very hard to break these hills. It simply comes down to the first blood. Like, because they've got 3 lanes and they all lock it down, it's really hard to do anything. So I'm expecting something like this right now. I know one's in the hills, I'm expecting like this. And this is really the setup I'm expecting right now from the red team, okay? So I'm thinking if I'm blue, if I'm you right now, okay, what do we do here? Well, we need to find that first kill. If I can somehow get that first kill, if I can somehow find one person and, you know, get that kill, take him out, at least then they have to worry about more angles. So let's see what you do here. So this is where I'm going to be really careful, shouldering it, being careful with your equipment, stuff like that. You're kind of doing that now. So you're doing a good job of that. You're snaking it, okay? I see that. Again, go crouch here. And this is what I mean by like switching weapons. Like right there, you can see this weapon, it just isn't the one for the job. Yes, it's probably got a okay shot on keyboard and mouse, but you can just see that's just not going to be the like sufficient way to use that weapon. It really isn't. So I personally wouldn't go up there with a rival. I would go like lower and stuff like that. So maybe using your weapon, utilizing it a bit more. You know where they're going to be again. Backing away here, you're just giving up map control. They are more than likely going to be pre-aiming this. It's not a good route to take. It really isn't. Like you have the high ground here. You will find where you are. It's just, again, it comes down to the pressure you're providing. Like you're not providing enough valuable pressure. Like you were on the window, right? That window was fine, but you just weren't providing that pressure that you need. Like right now, this is fine. You should be stunning this and nading this. And as your teammate's pushing out, you should be trying your best to maybe get onto that hill on the right side. Like try to be annoying and get there. That way you can watch this whole cross. You can watch this area. But instead you're backing away, you're playing scared. I don't mind you playing passive here because it's quite a risky push. But as soon as your teammates push up, you need to try and make something happen there. You really do. Because look what you do. You back away, Like right now, you're not checking your left. Just simply look at your left. If you don't see anyone, jump in the hill. Jump in the hill. Right now, you back away. Your teammate dies. Why? Because you didn't look at your left. In that scenario, the whole time you didn't look at your middle and he was standing right underneath you. Again, you've got your equipment here. So just using your stun, using your nade, trying to get more kills. In this scenario, again, you have a stun and a nade. Chuck a stun, throw some shoulders, maintain map pressure, because as soon as you back away now, you're just giving them more map pressure. Now, look how stuck you guys are. There's zero way. If we go back to attack maps, like there's no way they're letting you through. If I'm number 4, I'm literally sitting up here and you can actually hold the hill and that's it. I'm literally sitting up there. I've got someone over there. Honestly, how are you really breaking this? Especially not by going there. It's not the right route. You need to work with your teammate, get something going, but the equipment is step number 1. You go through. Again, if I'm a better player here, if I'm watching a better player, they are pre-aiming you and they get the kill. If this is the better player right now, this guy's on the floor, pre-aiming you, he fries you as soon as you come around that corner. Play out. You know, going through again, you're shouldering it, you're trying to make something happen, and now your whole team die and you're trying to go through that cut. This cut is just not a good cut, right? You get cameraed, you're by yourself, it's really just not a good cut. They're going to spawn behind you. You get a really weird spawn here. You're going to get a split spawn. Let's see how you approach this. This is better in terms of the team push. That's great. That's great. That's 2 people down. Again, stun that window. That's okay. You should get the trades. Right now, watching middle again. Look at your minimap right now. I like you watching this for a second, but your teammates are both there. Your number 1 priority right now should be your middle map. Okay, that's fine. You're holding it. That's fine. Good kill. Great kill. Yes, he ends up killing you from that angle, but your teammate gets a trade, which is fine. That wasn't a bad play from you. That was a good play. You actually watching both. I wasn't sure, which is fine. 5 seconds left. Let's see how you approach this. So you know they're going to be set up again. This stair glitch is really, really annoying to play against. And a lot of these challenges I think they're really risky. They're just really risky challenges that you're taking sometimes, but I want to see a few more shoulders from you as well, bro. At times, there's certain times where I don't think you're shouldering like consistently. You're shouldering sometimes, but this was great. This was great use of equipment. Your teammate's coming through the left right now, so this is a good job from you. Like if you can just shoulder these stairs and make yourself a target, let that player, he's right there, right? Let him look at you. Let him look at you. Your teammate has a clear shot to kill him. Like bait and switch right now. Let's see what you do here. I think this could work out well for you. Great play. Really good play. There's 1 perfect play. Again, great. That's fine. Perfect play. There's 3 down. Really good stuff. And now, just like we said earlier, we know where they're spawning. Let's see what you do here. We want to see more pressure because this is where the game really flipped. Up until this point, last rotation, you guys were fine. As soon as you gave up this hill last time, because by the way, you guys got 4 down. You gave up the hill, and then you guys want the same since. You gave them so much time. So let's see what happens here. You're holding the hill. Again, your teammates are there. I want to see you push out here. I want to see you push out. Okay, you're going to go that way. So we know they're spawning on the left, all right? So we know they're spawning. We know they're spawning where they were earlier. We know they're spawning around there. I want to see you hold the middle map here and just be really annoying. Like, even if you go to these stair glitch here, where is it? Like, there's stair glitch right there. Like, I think you could do a good job there. But instead, you kind of like, again, watching the flank and stuff like that. Your teammates at the back there, so they can't really be there, to be honest. They have to be on the other side. And I think you know that as well, because you're doing the same thing. So you see right now, this is the exact same thing we spoke about earlier. You're not making a terrible play, but if I ask you what the more optimal play is, it's definitely to use a stair glitch. It's definitely to push forward and use that stair glitch. You're seeing constantly, you're holding this angle with no cover, and then it's just really difficult. And then you guys get pinched. Why? Because you're not putting enough pressure on the middle map. Now look, you see what's happening? You guys are getting pinched constantly. Yes, you escape this one, but like I said, against a better team, those kind of poor fundamentals are really going to mess you up a little bit, okay? So like, again, you get the kills, you need to push up, bro. You say your teammate pushes up, like right now you're worried about this area. So you either need to go through this area, and if we look at attack maps, you either need to push this cut here. So you're here right now, okay? You're here. You either need to go through there, or you need to go through this area here and stop them from going through middle. Instead, you're doing this. You're standing here, watching this cut here. This is what you're doing. You're watching this flank instead of being standing here, pushing up. I would rather see you, even in this window or over here, like pushing up a little bit, keeping them trapped on this right side of the pitch. I keep saying pitch, bro. I'm playing too much FIFA. Keep them trapped on the right side of the map, okay? Because it's just one of those where you're going to get caught out against a better team and they're going to pinch you and they're going to get new rotation. Like even now, you guys should have rotation, but because you're playing so compact on the hill, just give them the rotation for free, basically. Great shot, says one, take your time, you're weak here. Great cruise, by the way. You did a really good job slaying out. Again, just want to be a little bit more efficient against the better players. You're pinching them. I love this. Oh my God, that mouse and keyboard is insane. Great. Hold the angle now. I want to see you right now. Hold one of the stair glitches or the right. I want to see you right now hold the stair glitch or hold the top third right here. I want to see you do something impactful by holding the lanes. That's one thing I want to see you improve on, is holding those power spots. So let's see what you do. You're weak. You're running with a pistol. I just think be a bit careful. Just hold the angle. Hold the angle. Look. Okay, this is fine. In terms of your spawn trapping, you know what you're doing. That's fine. That's a lot better than what I thought you were doing. That's fine. You get one. That's perfect right there. Perfect in terms of positioning and what you were doing. Again, execution could have been smoother, but I like what you're doing there. You're going for the spawn trap. You're being annoying. I just want to see a bit smoother execution. Like right now, like just be smoother. You got a trophy system. You know where they're coming from. Just center a bit smoother. Like right now, my man's going for the burger, bro. He's looking at the burger on the plate. Like you need to lock in it, bro. There's no reason to aim over here, right? You need to aim at the window or on the stairs and just be a bit more locked in than what you're currently doing. That's the only thing I would say. Just small changes like this, like walking backwards. There's no need to do this because then you're more prone to getting killed from someone that pushes you. You know exactly where they're coming from. Right now, as soon as you get one, back away, reposition. You don't need to turn around there. They haven't pushed you yet. Reposition, hold that angle. And right there's a perfect example. You should have that kill. You should have that kill. You should be more ready for it. As soon as you get this first one, you should be more ready for that second player, because you know he's going to go for the trade right there. You see you're centering, you're sprinting, just be more ready, be more alert, expect that player to be there because you just got one kill. He's going to go for the trade. You see, that's the key difference. You caught the first player off guard, absolutely, because he didn't expect it. That was a great play. As soon as you get that first kill, the second player is going to expect it because he sees you on the minimap. He sees you on the red dot. He sees you in the window. He's going to be pre-aiming you. So you can't just be standing there. You have to be ready for the trade. You have to be aiming in, ready for the trade, okay? That's the only thing I would say a little bit different is to do that. Because now you end up dying, you're going to spawn out a little bit, 20 seconds left. You end up getting the new spawns, which is nice, so you should be okay here, to be honest. I guess you could rotate here. Great start, by the way. That's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate one. Okay, let's see what you do here. Let's see what you do here. Cruise comes in. Nice, good cruise. You are behind them. Let's see what you do here. Again, just the way you approach this, and just being very critical of your movement. I want to see more like long jumps and slides. It's just very, very static. Like right now, look at this. You expect them to be on your left, right? I want to see you do a long jump here. Instead, you walk out pre-aiming, you see? That's the only thing I want to say. Like when I'm watching your gameplay, positionally and everything is actually not bad, but just certain times I'm like, I wish you were a bit smoother. There you go, you get an MCW out. So again, look at the difference now. So many times earlier on, you're getting an SMG out and you're holding that same angle, but with the MTW, look how much more smoother it was. Look how much more easier it was, okay? Great job there using the MTW, mixing it up. Let's see how you break this now. Again, just centering a little bit better. When you know someone's going to be there, being more ready for a gunfight. You're holding middle, which is fine. Great play. There's one. A bit unfortunate. You should be able to win this one. Okay, that's fine. There's one. The second, perfect. What I personally would say is go through a different angle once again. This is a really good angle that you're sitting at. However, you can only shoot them when they push you. I personally, if you stay on this head glitch here, I prefer it because you can see them before they even crossed. So you can see them behind this wall basically, instead of waiting here. I personally think that's a really broken angle because you stop them from pushing forward, but you should be good to go. This is a great angle for you regardless. Again, just a bit of feedback. I think the other angle is slightly better because now look, you see how you get 1 or 2, you're just really trapping them in. This is great play. You're doing an excellent job of maintaining mid-map control. I can't complain. Obviously, the shot wise, I can't really talk too much about because I don't play keyboard and mouse. When you go on controller, we can utilize aim assist and stuff like that, and overall just work on drills to improve your shot. But I think I look at that and say, honestly, your gun skill wise, you were fine. You got a cruise missile, you did your thing, and you still went negative. But I don't think that was gun skill wise. I think when you were in power spots, you didn't really utilize them as well as you should have. I think that's the key thing there. There were times where you could have really set up in power spots, but instead of setting up, you kind of played reserved a little bit. And that's one thing I want to see you do is a bit more aggression there. But we're going to end that one there. YouTube, hope you guys did enjoy that VOD review. That's going to be that for that boy Taz. And yeah, catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.